What's good, everyone? I don't know. This is going to be a funny, interesting one. I don't know how this one's going to turn out, but I was writing and preparing for another thing, another episode, and somehow my brain took a left turn, and I thought this was really funny. Within like 2 minutes, I thought, like, this is its own episode. My weaknesses. I'm just going to, you're like my priest, and I'm going to go into confession. I'm just going to start really just going into my weaknesses. This is a little, uh, this is a lot. This is very vulnerable. This is this is gonna be interesting. And well, we'll find out together. That's the whole point of this. It's an experiment. It's an adventure. The Tommy Danger adventure. That's what this is. My top 15 weaknesses. No order. Some of them overlap. Some of them might be the same thing. Some of them are big. Some of them are small. Let's find out. Number one, right off the top, my anxiety. Specifically, people say they have anxiety issues, depression, and things like that. Mine is specifically. It comes out in a couple of things. Specifically, I can say that it's avoidance and lack of communication. I think maybe those are actually two different weaknesses. Avoidance meaning that either it's not like I avoid people. I'm not like non-confrontational. If anything, when push comes to shove, I am very confrontational. Given the right circumstance, I'll let's have it. Let's go at it. But I think I let things. I think it comes to doing things, whether it's work, whether it's personal projects like this podcast, whether it's like things that I've been avoiding to do, and that comes in the form a lot of times in lack of communication, whether it's at the workplace or amongst friends, family, back in the church days when I used to be at church. It's like if I'm not feeling well or if it's something unpleasant, I just avoid it. I just don't say anything. I just don't initiate any communication. And it's really bad. It's really horrible. It's really not good. And I left to my own devices, is that the phrase, is that the saying, left if I allow myself to self-destruct, I become a recluse. I just become a loner, and that's really not good. I'm really bad at being alone. I'm really bad. If I just let this weakness, probably why I put this as number one, just continue to brew. And that thing in your kitchen, right in your refrigerator right now, that thing that's going bad, and you're just avoiding. You're just avoiding, like, oh, that thing has been there in the back of my fridge. It's not on the top shelf. It's maybe in the bottom shelf, the lower bottom shelf. You might have like two middle shelves in your fridge. You're like, it's usually on the. And it's usually not even on the bottom one. It's usually in the middle. It's the middle shelf in the back. That's usually where things go that you're just like not crazy about eating. And it's bad. It's been bad for a week at least. You're like, ugh. But if you're a cheap Asian like me, you're like, you still have to save that Tupperware, right? It's a good Tupperware. So you have to take it out. Probably put a mask on. That's probably one of the good things about having masks around is like you put the mask on. I've done it this a few times, if you can tell. And you have to get a plastic bag and throw it out and make sure you get most of that in the plastic bag and throw that bag out, right? That's literally like anyone avoiding throwing bad things from the fridge is me avoiding emailing someone or avoiding doing this part of my job or whatever it is. And me just talking about it so frankly right now is like trying to work against it, trying to stop this, trying to really work on it. One of my weaknesses, number two, everything must be mastered, not tried. So I I have a hard time trying things because if I try it, I need to master that. Like it's like I don't like playing video games because like if I do it, like I have to master it. I don't like playing. I'm really not good at like first person shooter games like Call of Duty and things like that, or like whatever it is. Any name any first person shooter game, I'm really not good at them. I try to have fun. I was playing like Arma 3. So if you're a real gaming nerd, you know what that is. But I'm really not good at it. I tried it, but I tried it. That's the thing. I can't try things. I have to master them. Like pre-pandemic days, right? People invite me to do things. Oh, let's go trapezing, whatever bullshit. Let's go like the hip hop dance class. I was like, I can't just try things. I have to master them. Like I can't. I don't know why. I have to be like 0 or 100. It's like a 0 or 110. It's like I can't just like be like, oh yeah, I did that once. It was kind of cool. I went to one open mic. I was like, oh, I have to be fucking Louis C.K. on this thing now. It's like, yeah, you could just try it. I can't tone that shit down. I don't know why. Number 3, I'm bad at continuing friendships. I'm a bad friend. I'll be just honest. I'm not a good friend. I need to become a better friend. And don't get me wrong. There are people where I feel like the friendship has gone stale. The friendship has become the bad thing in the fridge. There are people where I feel like, I'm not really feeling this friendship where it's like they're going one way, I'm going another, whether it's over years or over months you've known this person, whatever it is. And, that happens. That's natural, Your values change, you change, they change, whatever it is. Or you're both stay the same and it's just not a good batch. It's not a good mix. But I feel like there are things, I think it kind of goes to the first thing whether it's avoidance or lack of communication or whatever it is, lack of expressing myself. Can you believe it? I'm bad. I'm great at building friendships. I'm great at starting friendships. I'm a great first date. I'm amazing at first date. I'm okay second date. Third date, that's when like, I become very mediocre. I'm bad at continuing friendships where it's like, maybe it's like we haven't talked to each other in a few months and like just like that, hey, how's it going? It's been a while, or the call or meeting up or just like, like I don't know. I need to work on that. I'm not a good I'm not a good long-term friend. I would like to be. I would like to really work on that. Number 4 of my top 15 weaknesses. Number 4, naps. Napping is my kryptonite. I am a panda. I am a bear in the summer. I just love napping. I feel like the main reason why I have such a hard time, I'm a freelancer now, and I really wanted to become a freelancer. Is it because of being flexible or free or having multiple clients or the status? It's like, no, I want to take naps. I was taking naps during work hours before the pandemic. I was so hip to this shit. I was such a hipster to napping during the daytime before COVID happened. I think that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to become a freelancer as opposed to like a professional, like whatever. It's because if this is back in LA, when I theorized this and I argued this, I championed this cause within my own little head. Is that instead of having one full-time job where I can sneak out during lunchtime, I have a short lunch, and then sneak out to my car in the park in the car park in the parking garage, whatever it is. I could take a nap in there, and it's like maybe a 10-15 minute power nap. I could have an hour nap if I had 2 part-time jobs, and that's really what led me to become a freelancer. I love napping. It's one of my biggest weaknesses because it would be good. It would be healthy if I would take 10, 15, 20 minute power naps. But these aren't power naps. These are endgame Thanos Infinity Gauntlet naps. These become comatose. Like I would take, okay, let's let's hey Google, like set a timer for 15 minutes, you know, and then it becomes like the like what happened, you know? It becomes one of those. It's like what day is it? Holy shit, I missed 5 calls from a client. You know, that happens way too often, and I'm just such a sucker for napping. And yeah, I it's silly. It's funny, but I really do need to work on it. Number 5, indulgence. Gluttony. I am such a whore, just such a street corner, cracked up slut whore for any kind of luxury, premium, convenience. And I'm not talking about Gucci. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. Can you know what? I worked out hard. Instead of taking this 20-minute train ride home, let's take a Uber home. You know, it's just like out of place conveniences. You know, it's like yeah, I have food in the fridge, but I'm just gonna Grubhub anyways because I'm lazy, and that's why food goes bad in my fridge all the time. Um, I am just such a glutton for the smallest of conveniences. You know, just no, dude, just walk an extra 5 minutes. No, dude, walk an extra 5 minutes. You're on the train. Like, stop. You know, I like you know when people write stupid articles on some self development whatever, save $5 on. No, I fucking love those $5 lattes, whatnot. And you know what? I'll add guacamole to that latte. I don't give a fuck. You know, like I'm such a like a mad for like anything. Like you like if they started boba, you know, if it was just they completely missed the target on this. At least with me, people like me. If they said $1 extra for boba for the pearls. You get your milk tea, but it's $1 extra for boba. I would have been like, okay, give me 2 servings of those bobas. You know, it's just I can't stop. I gotta stop that. Number 6, I am batch shit crazy, not batch shit crazy, batch shit crazy. I can't do. I seemingly cannot. I do not possess the ability to do 5 little things back to back. I have to do one big thing all at once. Like dishes right now. I'm such a horrible roommate to myself. I can't do dishes. I can't just eat off one plate and just clean that one plate. I have to stack that bitch like 10 plates high as if I'm in like at one of those like machinery rotary factory belt thing sushi places. You know, like I can't seemingly send 10 little emails back to back. I have to send one big ass email all at once. I don't know. I get I'm just I got to figure that out, but it is one of the funniest, one of the silliest, one of the common themes of my life. I allow things to build up and I can't it stresses me there it is. It stresses me to no end to do 10 little things, 5 little things, 3 little things back to back. I have to like gather myself if I do like if I set a day to like do 2 3 chores back to back. It's like I have to take a nap after that. It's so silly. I don't know why. Number 7. I'm not a quick study. I'm a slow play. Maybe it goes. This is in conjunction with what I said before. I have to do things in batches. Yeah, I'm slow. I can't pick things up quickly. Like if you teach me something, whether it's playing a musical instrument or if or a new skill set or God forbid if I take up dancing, like I'm like what'd you do, huh? Like I'm not only slow internally, I look fucking dumb. I'm sorry to say this word, but it really does apply here. I look fucking retarded. Okay, huh? Back in my Christian days when I was like big on short term missions, like going on mission trips to other countries during the summer. and they would teach us these dances, so we could dance to the people that were visiting, a little presentations and things like body worship, things like that. And my teammates, we'd go, and within the team context, we prepare these things. My teammates would always remind me, Tommy, close your mouth. It's like, as I'm trying so hard to learn these things, I'm a slow play, not a quick study. Like, yeah, it takes so long for me to learn things. It's a triumph. It's a monument that I've come this far. Number 8, I am a contrarian. I love to be different and to disagree just for that. And it took me for so long. Once again, I'm a slow play, not a quick study. It took me a slow play, not a quick study. It took me so long for me to even accept this, that I just like disagreeing for the sake of it. That's all. That's all. There's no, I don't know. Maybe I just like being an asshole. I just like being a jerk sometimes. I think it's funny and it's hilarious to no end. I if this is what everyone says, I'm just gonna go the other way. And I think it's brilliant. And I love people that I read about, whether they're historical or fictional, that just always choose to do the Robert Frost thing, to always go the other way. They're my heroes. And I think number 9 goes in, everything seems to be a little related, right? Number 9, exaggeration. I was a good church boy for most of my life, even as an adult, up till my age 30, up to my early 30s. But I still had a penchant. I still had a hankering to drop a nice little F-bomb every now and then. Fuck, 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 fuck. Everything needed to be exaggerated. It needed to be vile. No, not vile. It needed to be. I'm like forgetting words now right now. Give me a second. Let me just get a little bit of cough syrup here. Oh, mezcal. There we go. Whew. It needed to be profane. There you go. It needed to be fuck. It's just like I think work actually has helped me to be like being in the professional field that I am in, and I think it really with any professional field, most professional fields. Especially in the corporate context, like you need to have like that. Just be that. You can't be a contrarian. You can't be exaggeration. That's sometimes maybe if you need to make a point, but most of the times you have to be somewhat moderate. You have to be in the middle. You can't be on the bell curve. You can't be on the too much of the extremes, or you're just out of a job. But that is in a free-for-all situation amongst friends or just casual situations. It's fun to be like that on a podcast with comedians, with friends, but in real life it's kind of taxing. It's taxing to myself. It's because that exaggeration is how I talk to myself, and it's not a good thing. It's really not a good thing. Sometimes I need to like pump the brakes and be like, calm down, Tommy. It's not as bad as you think. Number 10, I'm bad at having small goals. I'm great at having big goals, but I'm horrible following those big goals. So I'm bad at following. I don't like small goals. I think having a small goal, it's fucking pussy. It's a fucking pussy ass move. But it really is small. Having small goals, following through on small goals, is probably it's probably the like you can only. Nothing gets done without small goals. So like take for instance weightlifting. I had to, I was that skinny fat guy at the gym doing a bench press with just a bar, barely at that, 45 pounds. But and even at that, like I had to start over a few times because I had to learn the form. I have to learn arching your back and tension throughout your body and things like just little things that friends and YouTube videos that taught me along the way. Um, Having small goals is really the foundation of any kind of change, personal or, big corpus corpus groups of people, whatever it is. And I'm really bad at having little small goals. It's like it rubs me the wrong way. It's like little spiders, little bugs, little ants all over your body. It makes me feel creepy. Like I can't like for instance, like having a small goal. Let's wake up at a certain time. I don't even want to say this. I don't even want to say how bad it is sometimes. Like let's have a small goal of like waking up by 9 a.m. every day, right? Some days I'm up at 7. Some days I'm up at 8. Some days I'm up at 9. Some days I'm up at noon. Some days I'm up at 1. It's really bad. So it's like, no, like Monday through Saturday, Monday through Friday, let's be up by 9 a.m. every day. All right. It's really bad. Ugh, it's so cringy to talk about this. Number 11. Let's keep it going. I'm bad at, surprise, surprise, personal finance. I think that's not a surprise given the list of these things, but it is kind of ironic because I am managing. I'm not managing money. That's a bad way to say it. I'm accounting for money. I do accounting, but then I'm bad at my own finance. I am the doctor that's out of shape. I am the dentist with bad breath. I am the dentist who smokes. I am what else? I am the investment banker who has no money in his own bank. Yeah. Oh, that's really bad. I am the personal trainer who's addicted to crack. What else is there? I am I am the podiatrist who has an ongoing wart problem on his big toe. Podiatry is about the feet, right? Pediatrician is about kids. Okay, I'm getting things mixed up. But yeah, I'm really bad with my personal finance, and yeah, it's bad. It's not good. I need to work on that. Number 12, balance. Fuck balance. I hate balance so much. I don't know why. I hate balancing things. Balance as in like, going to bed on time, doing things consistently. You know what I hate? I like it seems like such a good idea. It's like, oh, today's someday and it's a day to do this. I hate doing that, but that's integral part of balance and having a productive, happy life. But I hate doing that. I hate doing that. It's like, oh, it's Saturday. Maybe I should do a podcast so I can post it by Sunday. And that's what I'm doing right now. It took me so long and it was so hard. It was so hard for me to get here. It took me several weeks to get here. And I hate that so much. I don't know why it's so unpleasant for me. Balance. I think that, I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't want to have kids. I really don't. I really don't want to have kids because I really don't like balance. I really don't like routine. I really don't. Maybe routine should have been, but balance and routine is probably the different sides of the same coin. I mean, they go hand in hand. They might be almost the same thing, but balance, having a balanced diet, having a balance in your workout, having a balance in work life balance. Dude, in my 0 or 120% mind, balance just sounds like nice mediocrity, Like it's like, oh, you're such a pleb. You're such a non-playable character. Balance. It's like khakis. Oh, it's such a nice pair of corporate khakis with the blue button down. Oh, wow. You're so boring. Balance is boring. It is boring. And I hate boring. I hate boring. You've probably heard it before, but that's one of my daily sins. I can't forgive someone who is boring. I really can't. You have to be. You can have okay. You can have interesting, you can have boring opinions, but if you say it in an interesting way, or if you say it in an honest way, then yeah, you're no longer boring. But balance is so boring for me. I can't. Wait, Maybe that's why I like chaos. Maybe that's why I like having a mess. Maybe that's why I can't do uh just clean, just wash one dish if I hate a meal. And like no, that's chaos. I just want my kitchen to be a fucking pigsty. And that's interesting. It's interesting for me. It's always interesting for me to like, oh fuck, I have to clean my dishes. I have to wash my dishes. Number 13, this goes straight into it. Consistency. Number 13 and 14 is by some same thing. Number 13 says consistency. Number 14 says persistence. Similar, but a little difference. Little difference there. Consistency is like doing things on a regular basis. Persistence is doing things even though it's hard, right? That makes about sense. Consistency is just on the outside. It's just gonna work out X amount of days out of the week. It's like I'm gonna work out 3-4 days out of the week. Persistence is that moment when you're like getting ready to go to the gym. You're like, I feel like taking a nap though. I'm laughing because that's so real. It happens a lot. Yeah, consistency is just like overall, just big picture. It's like, wow, I've been going to the gym X amount of times in Y amount of days. And that actually is pretty true for me in the last few months. Ever since the gym's open, late August, something like that, September, yeah. So September, October, November, December, January's almost over, right? So in that 4 or 5 months, I've been going to gym probably like at least two, maybe 2.5 days on the average out of a week. So it's been pretty good. That's consistency. That's some level of consistency. Persistence is like, oof, what if I get injured? What if something happens, or what if I get like a ton of work? I mean, that's a good thing too, but it's just like, or something that happens in my life that is just hard to stay consistent. So yeah, those things, I'm not particularly good at. Number 15, mornings. Mornings, I'm still bad at mornings. I've always been bad at mornings. My roommates from college, those years, they always like, oh, Tommy, you're just so miserable. I remember back in my days. Let me paint the picture. I remember back at when I was at USC. So I went to USC for a few years. University of Southern California Trojans. Da-na-da-na. Is that their song? I forget their song. The victory song. USC is like, it is such a picturesque campus. It's like if you're just a commoner, if you're just like a community college, junior college, city college, just like, kind of person, if you visited the USC campus, you're like, oh, this is so nice. It's snobby. That's a persona of an average USC student. It's so nice. It's snobby. And like my freshman year, maybe it's my sophomore year, I'm dragging my ass to these morning classes. It's not even like that early. It's not even like 8 or 9 a.m. It's like 10, 11 a.m., right? And I'm dragging my ass to these classes. And I distinctly remember this one time. I'm walking across campus, the prettiest part of the campus, getting this overpriced education, the best in the world, not knowing what I'm doing with my life, not knowing why I'm there, not knowing really why I'm doing what I'm doing. But all I can focus on is how dreadful I felt physically. Like I'm so bad in the mornings, and that has always been with me ever since. And working, at school, at church, when I used to go to church, things like that. Just like my friends, people, like they see me in the morning, my roommates, and they see me and they was like, ugh, It's like I don't need a cup of coffee. I need a bath of coffee. It's like inject me kind of deal. It's like put this in a little bottle and put it next to an exercise wheel, for a huge hamster. then I might be feel a little bit better. But yeah, that specific day at that campus, and just like, yeah, I had this feeling. It's just like, what's wrong with me in the mornings? I was like 19, 20 years old. I was like, this is not good. This should be good, but this is not good. So there you go. My top 15 weaknesses. I'm not saying I'm going to get better. It's just like, there you go. It's just, I don't know. I was writing about something else, and I thought that this is kind of funny to share with you. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll get better. Maybe I won't. It is what it is. That's one thing. I just one last pet peeve I want to share with everyone before I conclude this episode is that, yeah, like, we're as the pop culture, the mainstream, Twitter sphere, whatever it is, we're so, when we talk about weaknesses, and I'm guilty of this. I just did it on this episode, but I'm realizing that, like, I shouldn't be so quick to do it. We're so quick to say, I got to get better at it. No. I'm not saying don't work on yourself. I'm not saying don't improve yourself, or like improving yourself is bad or anything like that. But it's like, dwell on your weaknesses. Give yourself a second. Can you give yourself a second? Can you give yourself a minute? Like, share your weaknesses and kind of just stay there. Why? Don't be like, oh, I got to get better at it. No, why? Just like, why? One of the most frustrating and the deepest act of betrayal I've ever experienced in my life was when I found out, when I was sharing with my mom in high school, that I can't drink milk. It makes me fart and it gives me horrible shits in the afternoon. That train is never late. And I didn't even know the term lactose intolerant, let alone saying that in Korean to my mom. Lactose intolerant. But I was just describing to her, like, I can't, like, I was like junior, senior in high school, whatever, maybe college freshman, I don't know. But I was just telling her, I can't do milk anymore. It just gives me the shits. Gives me the farts. I can't. And she just jumped on that improve yourself bandwagon so hard and so quick. No, you got to drink it so you can get better at it, which is typical Korean tiger mom, Asian tiger mom mentality, right? And then I ask her, but do you get shits and farts when you drink milk? She's like, I don't drink milk. Oh my God. If I could have just, I just could have splashed that glass of milk to her face right then and there. But I just like walked out. I was like, see, there you go. I just lifted my arms and walked out. That's the most I can do, And then I think we reached an agreement. Like, just calling her out on the bullshit, which is probably good for an Asian tiger mom. She actually backed off on that. She would buy milk and I wouldn't touch it, and she would just give me a glance, and that's it. And sure enough, later on there was no more milk. It's soy milk, well, maybe a little bit, but that's about it. But yeah, let's not be quick to like, oh, I gotta get better at it. No, that's just a knee-jerk reaction that everyone, this pop culture theme of like, I gotta be good at. No. One thing I see a common theme about super successful people is maybe it's that, maybe it's you could say that, well, they're super successful, they're rich, they're famous, or whatever, they're powerful, they don't need to work on themselves. Yeah, you could say that. But one thing that I see people like I'm just in this rabbit hole of watching Larry David, uh, Jerry Seinfeld. Like I'm fascinated with Larry David. Let's just say that. It's not like I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm fascination, although I should get back on that. But I'm fascinated about him as the creator, as the story behind the Seinfeld, the sitcom, and how that came together, and just him as a modern day creative master, and is he he gives zero fucks about his weaknesses. I mean, that's really the whole point of Curb Your Enthusiasm, feels like. And but going into like how this Seinfeld sitcom series was made, and he just wasn't really in that I need to work on my weaknesses kind of person. He's just like, he is who he is, And I think it's not like I'm saying this so that I or you or we can become super successful. I hope so, maybe, if that is, if that makes you happy and full and whole as a person. But I think it's independent of each other. We can still become whole and fulfilled as a person, or more fulfilled and more whole as a person, whole, WHOLE, and more rounded as a person, if we allow, just give it a minute. Can you give yourself a minute? Like why am I so weak to napping? Why am I so bad in the mornings? Why am I so like everything must be mastered, not tried? Like everything is either 0 or 120%. I did open mic once, now I gotta be Louis C.K. Like, no, it's okay. It's like, knowing that about myself. That's why intentionally I called this podcast the experiment, because I know that, and I knew that about myself, that this could work, this could not work. It's an experiment. Who knows? I work for this magazine, and I was doing their books, and I'm no longer there, but the people there I have respect for, I have admiration for. The person who founded that magazine, when they started it, it's become its own thing. It has a great following. It's an artistic literary magazine, and like it's been around for a while. But her person who founded it, her and the people around her at the time when they started it, they were trying to come up with a name for the magazine, and the founder said, who cares about the name of the magazine? Maybe it'll bomb next week. Who cares? It's gonna bomb. Something like that. Then they call it that's how the name stuck. The bomb magazine, BOMB, bomb magazine. It's really funny. But I really appreciated that, and it's a good reminder for myself with this podcast, with everything that I'm talking about here. Sometimes you just have to it's the unpleasant things about yourself, but sometimes you just have to let it become a little bit of a third party observer, and out of body experience. Like, why am I so bad with personal finance? Why am I so bad at saving and planning? Why am I so bad at, why can't I just do 3 things, have a small goal, 3 things, do 3 little things back to back to back without having a seizure, without having an aneurysm, maybe work on that, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe I'll become the next Larry David. Maybe I'll become Larry Dave. Maybe I'll become La Dave, a mini Larry Dave. That'd be great. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Cheers. Hey there, hope you enjoyed that episode. My social media, if you'd like to follow, please follow. That helps me out. Is Tommy Danger FYI across all channels, most channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things like that, YouTube, Tommy Danger FYI, or just Google that. You'll probably see whatever social media of choice comes up. And more importantly, just hit me up, drop me online, say anything, say like, hey, I like that episode because, hey, I didn't like that episode because. Those things mean a lot to me, and I cherish all those. Anyone who drops me a line because of my podcast, that was great, that was horrible, whatever it is, I'm just an whore for attention. It's what I do. It's why I do what I do. If you think that you're Gabby and you're a conversationalist like myself and you want to be on this podcast, drop me a line. If you know someone who would be a good guest, drop me a line. And or requests, ask me a question, things like that, drop me a line. Tommy Danger FYI. Thank you so much for listening. Be strong. Peace.